call it full. Bryant now with 43 yards, and Kelvin's been busy today. He's carried the ball 11 times.
He's been very busy. We talked earlier at the beginning of the show about conservative football last week. Certainly, this Philadelphia team is anything but conservative, and I'm surprised that New Jersey still continues to play that very conservative, unaggressive defense, and it's costing them.
Second down, 6 from the 10. Fitzke in motion. Ball goes to Bryant. Bryant trying to get to the sidelines. Legs are locked. Falls forward to the 7. Mike Williams made the play at quarterback for New Jersey.
Mike Williams is going to be one sore man if this Philadelphia team continues to run out there. They're not getting a lot of support from their linebackers. The linebackers aren't getting out there, stopping the line from blocking and pulling, getting out in front of Kelvin Bryant.
Ball is at the 7. Bryant is out. Collier, Fitzke, Donovan are wide people. Lone remaining back is Booker Russell. And I think he did. He used too much time. He checked off. It was obvious that he had checked off and called another play. And he used up the allotted time. And it cost him 5 yards.
When he came
that's
up,
the kind of a mistake Chuck Fusino not to make.
Especially this close to the end zone. When he came up to the line of scrimmage, I'm positive he expected to see some kind of man-to-man coverage, and what he got as far as a pre-read was strictly zone. So he wanted to get out of his man play and go to his zone play to take advantage of it, but it did cost him too much time.
Ball comes back near the 12. And a timeout is charged to the Philadelphia Stars as Fusina goes to the sidelines to get confirmation on what the coaching staff wants. It'll be third down. Ball is at the 12.
Recently, an important event took place at the House of Commons. It was not a coronation, a government function, or a royal wedding, but a ceremony to honor a few extraordinary wines. As the ceremony progressed, more awards went to one winery than to any other.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
A winery from California.
Silva.
The winery honored more than any other.
Johannesburg.
The award-winning winery of Ernest and Julio Gallo. From Ernest and Julio Gallo, all the best.
We are Chevrolet, taking charge with a corporate investment equal to almost the cost of putting man on the moon. Today's Chevrolet is Cavalier, a fuel-injected sedan with lower prices for '83, beating the 3 top-selling import sedans in room and power. Today's Chevrolet is Diesel Chevette. No other car built in America has mileage this high at a price so low. Chevrolet is taking charge.
Most guys spend Sunday taking it easy. Not me. When I'm racing the Bandit, there's no taking it easy. So I'm out here early before a race trying to relax. Just me and my scope. Just a pinch gives me real tobacco pleasure without lighting up. And that wintergreen flavor's a real winner.
Go smokeless with Skoal or Copenhagen. A pinch is all it takes.
6 minutes and 47 seconds to play in the second quarter. Philadelphia leading New Jersey 6-0. The Stars were really close in knocking on the door, but they got a little mixed up in their offensive situation, and they used up the 30-second clock. And the stadium clock now is a little bit askew, so they're going to run it down and get it corrected. In the meantime, Keith Moody has come to the sidelines, the defensive captain for New Jersey, to see what it is that they might try to do in order to hold Philadelphia away from the end zone. Third down with the ball sitting just inside the 12-yard line. ABC's Wide World of Sports today features the WBA Bantamweight Championship bout. The champion Jeff Chandler defending against Gavi Canizales. It will be taking place over in Atlantic City, which is about an hour and 15 minutes ride from where we are. Here we go. Fusina straight back. Good protection. He's got a lot of daylight in front of him. He's to the 5, down near the 2. And it is 4th down as Keith Moody made the tackle. Keith Moody, number 21, free safety for New Jersey, the head football coach at Brockport State in New York.
This play takes a little time to develop, and what Chuck Fusina sees is just a big hole, and he thinks he can run it in for the score. Does a good job, but he can't do it too often. Keith Moody came up and make the tackle. Back on the other side, they're running a route, a little bit of a pick route, and he just doesn't have time to wait for it to develop.
They got a first down out of it. At 1st and goal, just outside the 2, give it to Bryant. Bryant, touchdown. So they moved it from the 14 to the 7, got backed up to the 12, and then Fusina ran it down inside the 3, close to the 2, and Kelvin Bryant slammed it in over the right side. He ran it in behind Eatman and Comiskey.
The only way to go. Here they just blow that defensive line back off the ball, and Kelvin Bryant dives in for the score.
And it's a 12-0 ball game. Bryant leaving the field. Looks like they're going to go for 2. The 3 wide receivers are in. Donovan, Fitzke, Collier. Going for 2. That's one of the rule differences in the USFL versus the NFL. Here's Fusina, roll to the right, goes to the corner, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. And one of the linebackers, Mike Weddington, number 52, had dropped off and slapped the ball away from Tom Donovan.
I'll tell you, Mike Weddington made a great play here. He just sticks with the man for man. He has great position. It's a tough catch when you got to reach over the defense, over the receiver to knock it down, but he does a great job there.
And with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first half, Philadelphia 12, New Jersey nothing.
The standing quarter mile. This machine is about to attack it. A motorcycle that can turn 65 cubic inches into an incredible amount of horsepower. The Honda V65 Magna. It's about to become the world's fastest production motorcycle.
When America wanted a high-mileage radial that could track through rain and snow, Goodyear came through with Arriva.
I've got Goodyear. I'm riding on #1.
Arriva, the all-season radial. One good reason why Goodyear outsells all the foreign radials combined.
I've got Goodyear. I'm riding on #1. I've got Goodyear. I'm riding on #1.
Monday, Richard Dreyfuss, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Numbers on Philadelphia's scoring drive. They have pretty much dominated the football game, that with 3 New Jersey turnovers. And Philadelphia particularly impressive in the trenches. And that's where you build football teams. Now, you can have all the hot dog running backs in the world, and in deference to you, Mr. Swan, the great wide receivers too. But if you don't have the big guys up there in the trenches, you just can't build a foundation for a football team.
I have always been appreciative and thankful for the good offensive line that I had when I was playing professional football. And I'm sure Kelvin Bryant feels the same way. Right now, he has to be saying to himself, well, New Jersey, you might have a Heisman Trophy winner. But Herschel, I have an offensive line.
Yes, sir. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. Thomas Lott is the deep man. Former running quarterback for Barry Switzer at Oklahoma. Dave Trout hangs it way up there. And the wind shoves that ball deep, 4 yards deep in the end zone. Lott comes weaving his way out. And Thomas gets it out to the 20. Here's Tim Brandt, and he's with Kelvin Bryant.
Thanks, Keith. Kelvin, it looked like an isolation play. Tell me about the touchdown.
Well, it was just an isolation play straight up in the middle. And, we just wanted to get some movement, and, maybe I could find a little crack in there. And, it was wide open for me, so it was pretty easy. But, I got hit before I got in the end zone.
So all going your way right now. Any particular problems?
Well, not really. The offensive line, they're doing a great job up front. So I think as long as they do a good job, I think I'll get some yardage.
Thanks, Kelvin. Back up to you, Keith.
On first down, Bobby Scott turns and gives the ball to Herschel Walker. And Walker getting some daylight. comes across the 30 to the 35 and a first down for New Jersey. Chuck Fairbanks, who is the head coach of the New Jersey Generals, has not consented to allow interviews with his playing personnel on the sidelines. And of course, this is a decision that is wholly and totally up to the coach. And I don't mean that in any way to be critical of his decision. That is his prerogative. He said no, that's the way it is. Jim Mora, on the other hand, felt he would not be an encumbrance. Just over the 35 to the 36. And the pitch to Walker again, trying to run it to his left, not going to work. I have the feeling, and we're going to document as we go along through the year, but I have the feeling that Herschel Walker is a right-handed runner.
Many of his big runs have all been to the right, but here we see Dwight Sullivan, number 46, trying to get a block here, but just doesn't quite make it. You can't leave your feet and dive as an active or mobile linebacker. He just plays you off with his hands, keeps his balance, and then he's ready to make that tackle. And that's just what happened on that play.
Herschel has run to the left twice, gained 5 and 1. He's run to the right 3 times. He went 3, 3, and 16. Second down, a little less than 10. Walker with the ball again. Pursuit's pretty good, but he ran right through 3 people reaching for him. And they finally bring him down just short of the first down at the 44-yard line. Well, every indication was that he had a pretty good week of practice. He said he felt well adjusted going into the second ball game, and that he expected to play more than he did last week. And he has. He comes out of the ball game right now to get a breather. And Larry Coffey goes into the ball game for New Jersey at the running back position. Larry Coffey is out of West Virginia Wesleyan at 198 pounds. Third down and 1. Ball goes to Sullivan, and it'll be close. It will be close as Mike Lush, the free safety, number 27, comes up and hit the fullback Sullivan right on the numbers.
Philadelphia had just about everybody up looking for a short run on the inside. Bobby Scott here makes a handoff to Sullivan's a big man. You have to be a pretty tough little safety and have some good leg power to come in and stop a man that cold.
He did, too. He's short of the first down. The ball is just over the 45. Walker is back in. 4th down, and the Generals are going. Walker into the stack. Should have a first down. Penalty flag is down across the way from one of the, it'll be the line judge, I think, might have thrown that flag. And we've got offside against Philadelphia. So that will definitely make it first down, New Jersey. And we have 2 minutes, 17 seconds to play in the first half, with Philadelphia leading 12-0, having missed a try for a 2-point conversion. And Dave Trout hooking the kick on the first touchdown, hitting the upright. And
offside, right tackle on the defense, first down.
At the 49 of Philadelphia. Larry Brodsky, bottom of the picture. Antonio Gibson drifts over to cover him. Inside it goes to Sullivan. Sullivan, the fullback, spins out of the grasp of one tackler and gets it to the 45 for 4 yards. Dave Ofer, the big nose tackle at 250 pounds out of Penn State. 94 right there. You were commenting on the way Ofer plays. The way we've got a timeout now as we come to the 2 minutes remaining to play in the first half. And remember, in the USFL, on each first down, the clock stops. Thrown 34, leading 12-0. 4 New Jersey turnovers. My goodness. Stars trying to jump quick here, I think, because they go double wide to the bottom of the picture. Busina gives it to Kelvin Bryant, though. They go to the ground, and he breaks it big for a first down and then some. Out of bounds, stopping the clock on the New Jersey side of the field at the Generals 47. Rod Schote finally shoved him out of bounds.
Again, he's running behind the right side of the team, as we see here. Kaminsky gets a great block sealing it off there. Walker Kelvin Bryant just steps to the outside, uses his speed, and stops the clock. 19 yards on the play.
He's that other running back.
He's the other running back as he stretches his back a little bit there.
Kelvin now 14 carries, 67 yards. Alan Harmon in. Right out for a breather after that fine run. Mussina back to the sidelines. Pass is complete, and again out of bounds, and another Philadelphia first down at the New Jersey 31. Tom Donovan made the catch.
Tom Donovan makes this catch, and the secondary is so far back, I don't understand why they're giving them so much room. As you can see, the safety there, Dana Noel, number 37, is still a good 5 yards away from him when he made the catch.
I don't believe that Rod Schote, as good a football player as he is, at linebacker, is going to cover Tom Donovan, though.
Can't do it.
Not one-on-one.
Not one-on-one.
Just inside the 32. First down, Philadelphia. 1:40 to play in the first half. Stars leading 12-0, trying to get another one. Loop to the sidelines. It is intercepted and going to be brought back by Terry Daniels, a rookie out of Tennessee. And so the Generals' defensive secondary, the cornerback, Terry Daniels, picks one off.
You see, Terry Daniels is sitting here playing him a man-to-man, and he's got help deep inside. But there he just gets inside position. The ball is thrown short, and he makes a catch. If you've seen again looking for that too deep zone, and it's just a combination of zone and man-to-man, where the safety was coming back covering the deep zone, and the corner played the man-to-man coverage.
All right, now why has he went away from Steve Folsom, the tight end, and made a couple of big catches over the middle? Victor Hicks was the primary receiver last week for New Jersey. He hasn't seen the ball yet today. That's over the middle and caught by Larry Coffey. And Coffey doesn't get a whole lot out of it. It started at the 30-yard line, and Coffey is hit up around the 35. So it'll be second down and 5.
Of course, in a situation like this, the secondary and the linebackers are looking for the pass, or they're getting a deep drop, so it's a smart play to throw it underneath. But with time running out, you can't keep going in the middle of the field.
102. Scott swings it out. Sullivan, the fullback, shakes one tackler, but they turn him back onto the field of play, and that keeps your clock running. Unless they call a timeout, and I guess they have, because the clock has stopped.
Excellent defense by Philadelphia, once again covering all the receivers downfield, not letting anyone open for Bobby Scott to throw to, so he has to throw it off to the sideline.
Generals calling the time, have 2 remaining. Third down, 4. The ball is just over their 35 with only 51 seconds to play. The coach, Chuck Fairbanks, on the right. Quarterback Bobby Scott on the left. New Jersey signed a former quarterback at the military academy, Army, Lehman Hall. Big guy, 6'6", and about 215 or 18 pounds. Well, he was a striking performer while at Army, I thought. I saw him, I guess, 3 times in the Army-Navy games. But he has obviously been away from the game some because of his requisites of service. But he's back now, and conceivably it could become a factor.
Right, much like as we discussed Roger Staubach, who had to go into the Naval Academy, and that's where that 10-man developmental squad of the USFL comes in handy, so a young man like that has the time to grow and develop.
Dave Boyster of Holy Cross and Gene Bradley right now, the quarterbacks listed behind Bobby Scott. Third down and 4. And Bobby back. Swings it out. It's Sullivan, the fullback. Moves his way. Brute strength. Just pure muscle. Up across the 40, gets the first down. Or very close to it. Looks to me like he's got it. Cooper, Lush, Mills. A lot of red shirts ganged up on him, but Dwight had enough power to get his first down. There's your time.
He had to get the first down, but he also has to keep the clock as a priority.
Now remember, in the last 2 minutes of each half, the clock stops until the chains are in place, and once the chains are down, they're moving again, and the clock is running. And back goes Scott. He goes almost. Did he catch that ball? No. Coffey almost pulled it down. It was a great effort. Almost speared it. Mark McCants out of Temple defending.
It was a great effort by Coffey. As you see, he's lined up there. And he gets out. He's open here for a second. The ball is just too high and a little late. almost has it, but just can't get a handle on it, and it's stripped from him by number 20, Mark McCann.
12-0, Philadelphia leading. First half, 27 seconds to play. On 2nd and 10, Scott swarmed inside the 35, back at the 33. Frank Case, defensive end out of Penn State, leading the charge at 6'5" and 252.
That was just an all-out great individual effort, as they've got most of the people back in the secondary, and you see he just breaks around the outside, beats his man, and pulls Bobby Scott down.
Time called by New Jersey. They have 1 remaining. And if they do have a gimmick play in the book, now might be a time to try it. Philadelphia having dominated the first half.
Now is a time when they certainly need it, but with everybody in that secondary so far back, deep, looking for the big pass play, I don't know if it could work now.
I think one of the things we want to watch here in this second half, too, is why Victor Hicks has been so quiet today. And I got a sneaking hunch Scott Werner may be part of the reason, because Werner, being the strong safety, would seemingly be the man to cover that tight end when he goes out, and Victor Hicks has not seen the football.
And certainly last week he did a very good job against Denver. Now having a little game film, one game behind their belt, they can understand a bit what they were trying to do. And Bobby Scott, I'm sure right now, is just a little bit frustrated, learning what it's like to have not a great deal of success when you're the starting quarterback.
From the 34, 3rd down, 16. Brodsky on a fly. He goes for him. He turns it back inside, and Larry makes the catch across midfield. That'll be a first down. The clock will stop at 13 seconds. New Jersey, with the 1 timeout remaining, hustling up to the line so that once the chains are put down, they can snap that ball and get the play going. Chain is down. Referee Tom White winds the clock. 10 seconds. Scott back, whips it to the sideline. Sullivan makes the catch, picks up about 3 yards on the reception, but gets out of bounds with 5 seconds remaining.
2 very well executed zone pass patterns that they run there, trying to take advantage of the space that's between the secondary and the linebackers there. Brodsky was behind him on that play, putting pressure on the corner, forcing the linebacker to drop back a little bit deeper. So the man underneath was open.
McConaughey hustles into the ball game, and they go trips to the right side. 3 receivers, triple to the bottom of the picture, and Scott's going to put it up as far as he can. It is incomplete. And the first half is over. So after 30 minutes of football at the Vet in Philadelphia, the Stars of Philadelphia lead the New Jersey Generals by a score of 12-0. We'll be back for halftime after this message and a word from our local stations. Jersey turned it over 4 times. The Stars turned it over only once, and even then, when that turnover occurred, they did it down on the New Jersey end of the field. So Philadelphia has enjoyed excellent field position. They've exercised the opportunities afforded them, and they lead by a score of 12-0. The formation of a football franchise, the collective effort that goes into preparing week by week, that's the subject of our USFL report today with Lynn Swan.
The USFL report is brought to you by MAI Basic for Computers. We are the solution.
Behind these doors, underneath Veterans Stadium, is where the Philadelphia Stars prepared for today's game. In their preparation this week, they had 1 reel of film to look at, 1 more than they had last week. That preparation, this game film, allows them a certain amount of predictability, knowing what their opponents may do in certain situations. It also gives them an idea of what their own team might do in certain situations. And in this physical game of chess, strategy and predictability is very important. Game film becomes vital to establishing better timing for each play to avoid the bad handoffs or the interceptions. It's also important to find out just who can concentrate under the fire of competition to turn even a simple catch into a touchdown. But it's also there to find out just why plays are successful in an effort to repeat those plays to score more points, and also to find out which ball players are downfield, making an all-necessary second and third effort. It all begins here, in the small, dimly lit meeting rooms where the film is digested and analyzed. It's gone over play after play, requiring a great deal of concentration by the quarterback who has to carry that game plan. Thus, it must sit firmly in his mind. And for Chuck Fusina, it will erase many of the questions he had on the opening day game.
Well, game film definitely going to help us. Going into the Denver game last week, we didn't have any film, so we really didn't know what to expect from them. This week, we have an idea what to expect on third and long situations, first on, so it really helps us set up our game plan.
Offensive coordinator Joe Pendry can now isolate, pinpoint, and fine-tune his offensive game plan. He can now analyze the weakness and strong points of both teams.
Well, the thing that helped us with this week is we had a chance to evaluate our offense, the things that we can do with our personnel and the things we can't do, and also we get a chance to see New Jersey, study their personnel and their defensive schemes.
How would that make this game different from the first week?
Well, hopefully, Len, it'll make us a little better. We had a chance to correct some of the mistakes that we made, and then we'll know something about New Jersey and what they've been doing in the one game they've had. Against Denver, when we played them, we had no idea what they were going to do defensively.
Well, it's obvious that it's the Philadelphia Stars that have taken advantage of that game film, and their attack has been very, very good. Offensively, they've gone after that very simple zone defense they have been playing, and defensively, well, Sam Mills continues to make a good number of tackles, always knowing where the play is, and the secondary is doing a great job with the turnovers, and Mike Lush, Antonio Gibson, and Steve Warner doing a great job. When we return, we'll be back in New York, where Frank Gifford will have halftime highlights from the studio. Thank you.
I have the solution to the problem of buying a business computer, because if you go too small, you'll just be playing games. Go too big, pay a big price. The solution is MAI Basic 4 for the right computer at the right price. From a powerful desktop computer up to information processing and office automation systems for any company, any size. MAI Basic 4. I am the solution.
Saturday, ABC Sports Beat with Howard Cosell, then the Professional Bowlers Tour. And on ABC's Wide World of Sports, Sugar Ray Leonard's WBC title is wide open. Who will succeed him? Undefeated Milt McCrory or European champ Colin Jones? The WBC World Welterweight crown is on the line live. Plus, Tamara McKinney can become the first American woman to win the overall World Cup ski title. Grab all the action Saturday on ABC Sports.
Frank Gifford, ABC Sports Control in New York. We're at halftime in Philadelphia. Philadelphia over New Jersey, 12-0. We'll be going back for second half action. But there was USFL action last night. A pair of games were played, and let's take a look at some of the highlights. Last night at Tampa Stadium, before a crowd of over 38,000, the Tampa Bay Bandits hosted the Michigan Panthers in a Central Division matchup. After scoreless first quarter, the Bandits jumped off to a 7-0 lead. Quarterback John Reed, 6-yard touchdown pass, Eric Trevelyan. With the second quarter then winding down, Michigan quarterback Bobby Herbert looks for his prize wide receiver Anthony Carter. 22-yard pickup. And 3 plays later, it's Herbert once again rolling out. 3-yard scoring strike to his tight end Mike Cobb, tying the score at 7 as the half ended. Tampa Bay leading 10-7 in the third quarter. Greg Boone scores from 7 yards out. The extra point failed as Tampa Bay went on to record a 19-7 decision. Meanwhile, last night in Tempe, Arizona, George Allen led the Chicago Blitz to play before more than 28,000 Wrangler fans. First quarter action, the Wranglers on top 3-0. Quarterback Greg Landry finding Lenny Willis, 15-yard touchdown pass. That gave the Blitz a 7-3 lead. The teams traded field goals, and in the third quarter, with Chicago on top 10-6, Landry once again, this time finding rookie Paul Ricker with a 12-yard touchdown pass. And George Allen's team is on top 16-6, looking good. In the fourth quarter, the Blitz on top 23-12. Greg Landry looking once again. His third touchdown pass of the game, the second to Paul Ricker. This one 16 yards, and that made it 29-12. Then with 6:55 to go, rookie quarterback Alan Risher connects with Jackie Flowers on a 10-yard pass to cut that lead 29-18. Now watch the two-point conversion coming up. Risher scrambling all over the place, looking like Fran Tarkenton, finally finding receiver Mark Keel in the end zone, and a 28-yard completion to make it 29-20 in favor of the Blitz. And it was Risher again with only 2:48 left in the game. This time finding wide receiver Neil Balholm from 9 yards out of the Wranglers' close to within 2 at 29-27. 4 seconds on the clock. Kicker Jim Asmus 33 yards out. Arizona over Chicago in an upset 30-29. What a game. And that will have George Allen talking to himself. That's the kind of score he usually wins by. Well, maybe the USFL has already reached parity. Chicago, a suspected powerhouse, but it was Arizona losing 24-0 last week to Oakland. Okay, let's go back now to Philadelphia and Keith Jackson.
All right, Frank, thanks very much. Nothing like an upset to whet the appetite, is there? It's Philadelphia leading New Jersey at 12-0 here at the Vet, and this ABC Sports exclusive being brought to you by the Buick Motor Division and your Buick dealer, who proudly announced the 1983 Buicks. Considering the impressive choice in automobiles they offer you, wouldn't you really rather have a Buick? By Lowenbrau, when you want the taste of a truly great beer, there's really only one. Tonight, let it be Lowenbrau. By Canon, makers of quality cameras and photographic equipment. Canon, so advanced, it's simple. And by Chevrolet. Chevrolet is USA 1, and USA 1 is taking charge.
This official USFL inaugural poster can be yours for only $9.95, shipping and handling included. To order by phone, call 800-526-7443, extension 601, or send a check or money order for $9.95 to this address. Famed sports artist Walt Spitzmiller was commissioned to create this dramatic fine art poster signed in the plate, especially to commemorate the kickoff of the USFL's first season. Order yours today.
Preceding announcement furnished courtesy of the United States Football League. Well, Mr. Lynn Swan, let's talk about this first half. Of course, turnovers are very obvious. When you turn it over 4 times, chances are pretty good you're going to be behind.
And especially when they're turning it over and giving Philadelphia great field position. And that offensive line of Philadelphia is doing a great job. Eatman, Kaminsky, the Olds brothers are just dominating that defensive line to no end.
The first half numbers reflect in total yards decided edge for Philadelphia in passing as well as running. And go back down there to your turnovers, 4-1. That's pretty tough. Looking now at some of the highlights out of that first half, the first touchdown where Fusina throws 8 yards to Fitzke.
Well, that's just that old combination from Penn State, working out some kinks and having a great deal of success here. Simple little pattern across the field, and you can tell Scott Fitzke's a little happy about it.
And Calvin Bryant, the rangy fellow. There's another angle of the Fusina Fitzke touchdown. Now Calvin Bryant, the lanky fellow from North Carolina, slants it in from 2 yards.
It's just a great example of what that offensive line is doing. He gets behind Eatman and Kaminsky, and he falls over because there's no one there to stop him.
What does New Jersey have to do? For obviously, they got to quit turning the ball over. And they obviously went to their ground game. They tried to get some movement offensively on the ground. Didn't get much out of it. Bobby Scott's had some time to throw, but I don't think Scott can go deep.
Scott can't go deep, and that's why they're trying to execute a ball control offense. I believe what they have to do is mix up that offensive attack and open it up a good deal more. They have to get their backs down the middle of the field into that secondary to create some confusion, and then they've got to run to the outside and get again McConaughey involved, because he is a very precise receiver when it comes to his pass routes. Herschel is not having a great day, and I think Herschel, we all know Herschel can run provided he gets some blocking. Nobody can run without blocking.
Right.
But we haven't seen him get down into that secondary to affect them on their passing game. And we all feel that, we've discussed it, that in this new league, passing is going to dominate. Certainly, it's opening things up for the Philadelphia team. New Jersey certainly hasn't established very much of a passing game and has not used Herschel Walker much.
Okay. All right, we're at halftime. It's 12-0. Philadelphia leading New Jersey, and we'll be ready for the start of the third quarter after this commercial message and a word from our local station.
We are USA 1. Taking charge with celebrity. No import sedan at any price can match this Chevrolet for the room it gives you with the mileage it gives you. And Chevrolet now brings it to you at new, lower prices. The 5-passenger front-wheel drive Celebrity with standard engine electronic fuel injection. Chevrolet's new generation sedan. Now, get 11.9% financing at participating Chevrolet dealers.
Here's to good friends tonight.
Hey, chicken and ribs? Chicken and ribs. Jack. Steak?
Must say
Jack.
something more somehow.
Chili. Homemade chili. Good work.
Hey, wait a minute.
What did you bring besides your list?
Just a little something I threw together.
I should have known.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowbrow.
Okay, everybody, let's go win this one.
Sunday, go on a special journey into the unknown, a voyage of discovery, a trip into new dimensions, a fascinating search. Then,
2 people dead over 1 book.
An X-rated book.
the blackmailer tries to trap Matt Houston.
Tonight.
Where does great beer taste come from? It comes from way up here, from the north, from the rich heart of Canada. Because this is where the taste of Black Label was born. Rich, full-bodied, and now brewed right here in America with the crisp, fresh taste of Canada. That's where the taste of Black Label comes from. Black Label and Black Label Light. Canadian heritage. Great beer taste.
Oh, hey, Gary,
Hey,
the presentation's moved up an hour.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll be ready.
Today's business executive is faced with a world of questions. The new Texas Instruments professional computer
The elements look good, but we'll see.
helps you handle these questions by helping you make projections, manage your time, and retrieve information at the touch of a button, which makes you quite valuable to the people with the questions. Because it makes you the one with the answers. The new Texas Instruments professional computer. See your nearest dealer.
John Wayne in the...
With his Philadelphia Stars leading 12-0, let's find out what Jim Morrow thinks about the state of things here.
Thank you very much, Keith. Jim, the story of the first half obviously had to be turnovers. What are you doing defensively to confuse Scott?
Well, we're not doing much different than we've done last week against Denver. Our defense came up with 6 turnovers last week, and we've got some today, which they're just playing hard, and they're playing very opportunistic defense, and I hope we can keep it up the second half.
It looks like he's having a tough time reading. He's definitely throwing into coverages. Are you using some combinations out there?
No, we're pretty basic with our coverages. We're not doing too much to confuse him, nothing different than we did last week.
Any adjustments at halftime for Herschel Walker? You've contained him pretty well.
Well, yeah, Herschel's a guy, you got to stay after the whole game because he's close to breaking about every time he carries the ball. So hopefully we just get people to the ball and tackle well, and we can do a good job again in the second half.
What do you think the key is to the second half?
Well, again, we got to contain him, and defensively, we've got to keep coming up with the big play, and offensively, we've got to move the ball. We can't let down. We've got to come out of the second half thinking it's a 0-0 ball game and play real hard.
Okay, Jim, thank you very much. Keith, that's a story down on the sidelines.
All right, Tim. Incidentally, Herschel Walker was on the field for New Jersey for 21 of the 30 offensive plays they ran in the first half. The wind continues to whirl around, blowing the flags on top of the vet here in Philadelphia really whipping, as you can see. That wind comes down inside. We saw it grab a hold of Dave Trout's field goal attempt and just knocked it down. It's almost as if an invisible hand reached up and slapped it aside. New Jersey yet to get untracked in this ball game. And the difference in the ball game, as Lynn Swan pointed out, Philadelphia is just flat whipping them in the trenches. Offensively and defensively, the big guys along the line of scrimmage. Dave Trout played his college football over at the University of Pittsburgh.
And also played some professional football for the Steelers.
Steelers, yeah. 1981. He was 4th in field goal accuracy, as a matter of fact, in the American Football Conference, hitting 12 out of 17 with the Steelers.
Dave Trout, very strong leg, and I asked him earlier in the week about the kicking tee, and he feels that it's not going to help his accuracy, but it will help his power.
Trout kicks off to Thomas Lott. It's a high hanger. Thomas watches it go through the end zone and off the field of play. And it'll be first down at the 20 for the New Jersey Generals. And presuming the lineups as they shuffle the people on and off the field, you'll have Scott, Walker, Sullivan, Brodsky, McConaughey, and Hicks. Millard, McMillan, Hull, Harris, and Murtha. And from the 20, we're ready to go. Brodsky will come wide to the bottom of your picture. McConaughey will be at the top. And White Sullivan, the fullback, for 4. The defensive unit for Philadelphia, 3 down linemen, will be Fielder, Ofer, Case. Linebackers are Brooks, Howard, Mills, and Cooper. And the secondary, Gibson, Werner, Lush, and Jackson. Same alignment. Penalty flags are down. Scott whips the pass complete to Victor Hicks. First time Hicks has seen the football all day, and it was a very clever little game of cat and mouse being played. Scott Werner, I suggested to you earlier in the first half that Werner, the strong safety, is playing at tight end. Let's see what the penalty is. I think it's against New Jersey. It is. Werner had moved up, and then he started to drop off. And it looked like that Bobby Scott might have picked an audible right there, decided to go to Hicks. In the meantime, Werner just came right back up to him.
Disguising that defensive coverage. You can play a simple zone, as Moore indicates, as defensive secondary is playing, nothing too fancy, but just by making the subtle movements, you can create confusion.
Illegal motion on the White. Second down.
Break the concentration. Get a little bit of a movement on the offensive front. And as a result, you get a 5-yard penalty. Herschel Walker listed at 222 pounds carrying the football. He broke one today for 16 yards. The ball is now sitting at the 24. And it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Just starting the 3rd quarter of play, with the Stars having pretty well controlled New Jersey. New Jersey helped them with the 4 turnovers, no question about that. 3 interceptions and a fumble. Now they've got Hicks flexed out to the right into a slot, and Victor going downfield, but coming out of the backfield is Dwight Sullivan, the fullback, making the catch up across the 30 and the 1st down for New Jersey.
That motion, Keith, was designed just to take the corner out of the play if it's a man-to-man coverage, and then you put the fullback right in the area with the linebacker covering him. And if you guess right, if you get the man-to-man that you're looking for, it's an easy catch and the 1st down.
It's kind of funny to see big old Victor Hicks take off on a fly downfield, though, wasn't it? He's just firing his shoes the way he went. Gibson comes over now to cover Brodsky on the bottom of the picture. And Bobby Scott back. He has to swing it out to Walker. Throws it high in the air. The ball pops in the air, and it's loose on the ground, and Philadelphia's got the ball, I think. They do. 2nd fumble for Walker. Scott Werner comes out of it. So 2 Georgia boys involved there. All knocked loose from Herschel, and
they're starting off. They're starting off just where they picked up. First, let's take a look at Don Fielder, who comes in and really starts this play going off bad as he causes Bobby Scott to fake that pass, to draw the ball back because he's right in his face. And here Herschel just gets popped. Ball is loose. Scott Werner, again, aggressive play on his part, in on the tackle, in on the fumble recovery.
And Philadelphia knocking on the door again.
Every morning, whether I'm here in Latrobe or on the road, I'm out there making sure all the parts are working. Nobody has to sell me on keeping in shape. I guess that's why I've always been sold on Pennzoil protection. Pennzoil helps keep the equipment in shape. And believe me, I'm a guy who believes in taking care of the old equipment.
Pennzoil, quality protection. Ask for it. At Southern New England Telephone, we've always been free and independent. A part of the Bell system, and so free to draw on Bell's vast communications knowledge, yet independent enough to seek out the best communications equipment from other sources as well. And now, with deregulation, we're really free. Free to offer through our new Sonocore Systems division voice and data equipment at competitive prices. Sonocore Systems. The call is also free.
Undefeated Milt McCrory, number 2 Colin Jones. The WBC World Welterweight crown is on the line live, plus American Tamara McKinney's quest for the overall World Cup ski title. Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
5 turnovers now for New Jersey. Second by Herschel Walker on this fumble. And as Len pointed out, defensive pressure there, forcing Scott to throw the ball high. And now Walker has to jump up in the air. And then here it comes. Just bang, bang, and the ball is loose, and the Stars have it, and they have it first down at the New Jersey 31. And Chuck Fusina pitches it out to Kelvin Bryant. Bryant behind the right side of the line gets a couple of yards. That time the penetration by the New Jersey linebackers a little bit better. There are the lineups. Same one that started the ball game. First quarter, starting it here in the second quarter. But again, go back to the big people. Comiskey and 280 on the right side. Oates and Garza, 275, 260 on the left side of Bart Oates, the center, who's in at 267. Steve Folsom's been quiet. He was used a lot early. He hasn't done much lately. Might be saving him. He's going toward the end zone, curls it back in the middle. Fusina throws it and hits him. That was Donovan. That was Tom Donovan, not Folsom. Donovan coming out of that, the tight end side, downfield, 15, and came back to get it.
Donovan just does a good job here. Nothing fancy again. Getting in between the seams of that zone defense as Fusina had more than enough time to throw that pass as Irv Eaton was demoralizing his man on the line.
And the ball is at the 19. First down for Philadelphia. High formation, Bryant deep. Kelvin has it, and he is hit at the 19, falls ahead for a yard. James Lockett, a 259-pound defensive end from Missouri, slanting across, got him early. There's your 3 down people. Lockett, Watson, Murray. Backers, same as started the game, and the secondary is the same that started the game. And the Stars now working into the shade out of the sunshine. Not a cloud today, but it was cold and wet for the last 3 or 4 days.